What is going on YouTube? Is FlopFish here, and welcome to another NHL 14 gameplay commentary. Today we're going to be talking about the competitive scene in NHL, and more specifically talking about UGC Niagara and a recap of the event and kind of observations and feedback from it. So for those who didn't know, I actually got to volunteer at UGC Niagara, and there's an NHL 14 1v1 kind of play now, whatever, online versus type of tournament. It was definitely a ton of fun to ref and a ton of fun to watch. Learned a lot of stuff and got a lot of feedback, which was one of my goals heading into that, was to ref at least one game, and I actually ended up pretty much reffing the entire event myself, which is a lot of fun. I had 6 stations to work with, but everyone that was there was super easy going. Like everyone that was there, it was an overall fun time, and it was fairly easy to ref to that. So I was just reporting the scores really, and the only thing I had to decide was someone accidentally leaving their controller on and turning off a Xbox in a 1-1 game with 10 minutes left in the third period. A little bit questionable there. It wasn't either of the people playing; it was someone random that did it. But nonetheless, that was the only really hiccup we had. But besides from that, the event went really smoothly. It was, again, got to ref the entire event. It was an awesome experience, not only for me as a ref, for me as a fan of NHL, because we had one of the games going on. This game was insane. I posted up the box score. There's 5 goals scored in the last minute and a half of the third period to send the game into overtime, and it was 7-7. We had a lot of people watching that game because there's a little bit of trash talking going back and forth, and everyone thought it was a Call of Duty, so they came over and watched, and most people stuck around to watch the end of the game. But nonetheless, again, thank you to everyone involved in the tournament, and whether you were a player, whether you were an organizer, or just someone spectating. So it was a ton of fun, and it made it really easy to ref. Something to note is that actually a lot of the top players were there on both consoles. The finals ended up being between Dresdel and I Do It for Shania. Both of them play on the PS3. And I'll kind of go a rundown of the tournament. So the top 3 were Dresdel, I Do It for Shania, and Canada's Finest. Canada's Finest was on Xbox. He was the top Xbox finisher in the tournament itself. But the tournament itself was a double elimination single game tournament until we got to the kind of second day with 8 teams left. Then we did best of 3s. It was a $2,000 tournament as far as prizing goes. The top 3 got prize money, and I think it was about a $45 entry after everything. So first place took home Dresdel, who came in first, took home $1,200. I Do It for Shania took home $600, and Canada's Finest takes home $200 in that. They were the top 3 at the event. And again, they were all really good games, but Dresdel was definitely one of the better players. Now, it was on the same screen, which I will talk about a little bit later on, but as far as how we played, or how the games are played, they were played in versus. You could choose any NHL team you want, as long as it wasn't the Legend or All-Star teams. And the top 3 teams were Chicago and LA. They're kind of side by side, but Chicago was used a little bit more. And then San Jose being the 3rd, and a guy who came in 4th place actually used Pittsburgh. He was the only person that did, but nonetheless, yeah, those are the main teams used. And so the settings were hardcore sim. It just makes the goalies tougher to score on. Not every shot goes in. And All-Star, again, exact same thing. And you were allowed about 5 minutes-ish to set up your lines, which worked out pretty well. And went over the winners and stuff like that. Let's go on to observations, and some of the stuff that people were kind of questioning about is how often do people do glitch goals and stuff like that. And honestly, no one pulled off the bacon slappers, and to me that's one of the pure glitches. Same with I thought leg kick wraps were actually pretty glitchy, but they're actually not that bad. Not many people were able to pull them off and score on them, which really intrigued me. It was pretty good, and that was a huge muffin goal, by the way. But yeah, there weren't a lot of successful leg kick grabs. You had to time that perfectly in order for it to go in. You saw pullback wristers, but again, that's just to power up your wrist shot, and they're defendable. Again, you could kind of tell who was good at defense. But one of the things that really hurt the tournament is the fact that it wasn't online and it was on the same screen, because someone had to be down twice in the game, and most people like to play up better than playing down. It really just throws everyone for a loop when you're kind of not doing what you play the entire game on for 90% of the games you played, if not more, unless you're playing friends. So again, a little bit difficult there, but that was the main feedback, and that's why I kind of want to see LAN implemented. Again, it ran really smoothly. We got through 98 games in less than 12 hours on 6 stations. That was pretty phenomenal. I think there were 43 people in total. I think 10 or so didn't show up. But one of the biggest things I want to talk about, and I'll actually save this for another video, is the interest in 2v2 and 6s was there. Almost everyone involved in that tournament plays club in some way, shape, or form, and again, they enjoy playing clubs. So, and it was an awesome experience. Congratulations to all the winners and to everyone there. It was definitely a ton of fun. An experience I highly will remember and just to kind of learn from. And I feel like my own gameplay got better from it. Just by sitting there and watching what these guys do, because again, they are the top players in the game. So yeah, that was more or less my competitive NHL experience at UGC. Again, ton of fun. I really hope that EA supports it more, especially next year, and they bring in LAN, because I feel like LAN would definitely clear this up. But anyways, I will have more on competitive next year. This is a recap video. I'm probably going to do a little bit of a commentary series on this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, congratulations to all the winners. And as always, take it easy, and I will catch you guys on the flop side.